Hey guys, this is Miss Arlequin, and in this essay we're going to be evaluating a model essay so that we can identify the elements that make up a literary analysis essay. So for this particular literary analysis, we're going to be focusing on a compare and contrast essay. We're specifically going to look at comparing and contrasting the author's strategies or techniques and how they use those techniques to develop their perspectives. Now, if we refer back once again to our task, which we looked at the beginning of the unit, we're looking at specifically how these authors feel about what it means to be an American. So what is their perspective on America and being American? We're going to compare and contrast those perspectives, and we're going to look at the way they use either the same or different literary devices and figurative language in order to develop those perspectives. All right, so now all essays, no matter what type, have three components that make up their structure. We know they have an introduction, and in your introduction, you start off with your engaging lead. You have some sentences in the middle where you have some context, or you build background information, and then you have your thesis statement. The middle of your essay is the body paragraphs, where you express the writer's main points about the text. And then finally, you have your conclusion, and your conclusion begins with you restating your thesis, and then as the concluding paragraph develops, you start to get a little less specific. You start to bring it back out to the real world, and you try to mimic what you did in your introduction, meaning you want to end with a bang. You want to end with a hook, or AKA your engaging lead. Something, in this case, it's not leading, it's ending. It's almost leading your reader out into the real world, so that they're still thinking about your essay long after they have finished reading it. All right, so let's look at our model essay. This is an essay written by a random student that Codex selected. Her name is Gloria Woon, and the title of her essay is Everyone an American. Have you ever wondered about what it truly means to be an American? Poets Richard Blanco and Julia Alvarez both express in their poems that they are truly Americans, but their perspectives are different. In One Today, Richard Blanco's vision is that he is one American among many in one country. In I Too Sing America, Julia Alvarez sings a rhythmic response to Walt Whitman's poem, I Hear America Singing, to portray her vision of Latinos as wanting to be heard as American. Both poems convey these visions through literary devices and figurative language to develop the concept of what it means to be an American. First, the literary devices the authors choose to express their perspectives are similar in some ways. Both authors use repetition. In Blanco's poem, the word one is often repeated, such as in one sun, one light, one ground, one wind, one sky, one moon, to emphasize his vision that all people in this land are Americans. In her poem, Alvarez repeats the word song, as in the big song, a new song, and white and red and blue song, to focus on herself and all Latinos as outsiders who want a voice as insiders in America. In addition, both authors use figurative language to make meaningful connections for readers. In One Today, Blanco uses similes, such as one moon like a silent drum tapping on every rooftop of one country, to depict the variety and unity of America. Alvarez uses personification to compare the Americas to a person whose soles are at the tip of Argentina, whose waist is Panama, whose spine is the Mississippi, and whose face is Canada. To her, the whole Western Hemisphere is one body, her American family. On the other hand, Blanco and Alvarez make different kinds of language choices to clarify their perspectives. Blanco effectively uses sensory details to create images of the energetic, jubilant mood of Americans moving together through a new day. For example, he taps into the senses of sound and sight with vivid adjectives, as in pencil yellow school buses, the plum blush of dusk, and honking cabs, and with strings of action verbs such as charging, teaming, gleaming, launching, screeching, whistling, whispers. In contrast, Alvarez weaves her poem with Spanish phrases like El canto que cuenta con toda America, that emphasizes the Latin voice and beat she desires people to hear. Instead of painting images as Blanco does, Alvarez creates a tone that demands attention. In conclusion, both poets use literary devices and figurative language to portray their view of being American. But Blanco sees himself and his family as part of the one America, while Alvarez sees her people as still trying to find their voice so that they too can sing the big song that sings all America. Being American means different things to different people. How do you view Americans? All right, so for this model essay, you're going to follow the annotation directions on the right side of the essay. And remember that we are going to go over this in class tomorrow, so be prepared to share out during the beginning of tomorrow's class. This is going to be the first activity during tomorrow's lesson.